Well, this person's rise to fame started when he made a bunch of money buying and selling cryptocurrency in his earlier, well, he's still very young, a few years ago. But he has created, or did create at least, this place called FTX. And through that, he basically from the ground up made this little cryptocurrency empire exchange that was able to rocket him to the very rare billionaire on the planet. However, that all disappeared not too long ago. And this Bankman-Freid, the so-called king of crypto, was definitely taken away from his position and has been on a sort of, I don't want to call it tirade, but definitely been doing as much media attention as possible to try to clear his name and make sure that people know that it was not a scam, but rather just a simple mistake from a very young, naive person. No one took that, fortunately, and he is being investigated as we speak. But the company FTX, along with this other place called Alameda, have gone bankrupt. They've burnt to the ground, and even though they might be trying to recover, it just doesn't look like it's going to happen. And it's unfortunate because many, many people, jumped on this bandwagon of FTX, and they have now lost all their money. Yeah.
Not a penny to their name, and potentially no way to recover that money.
It's almost guaranteed that money is not going to be recovered. Yeah, just there's no liquidity left. The money's gone. It was. I don't want to say fake money, but imaginary money. At the moment that they invested into FTX. Yeah. So.
Wow. How do people keep pulling this off? Didn't we read an article last month about a very similar situation happening here in Korea?
But that's the thing. Oh, you're going to say more?
No, that was it. That was it. I was just.
There's so many crypto scams out there, and they just make millions, in this person's case, billions, but they still make millions, and then they siphon off the funds, they steal it, they leave, and a lot of the times they can't be faulted because the people were willingly putting their money into it. The reason this person can be faulted is because in the kind of terms and services, what they laid down in their own rules seems to have been violated. So that's why he can get in trouble. But most places, they don't have that detailed of terms of service, and they're like, oh, thank you for your money. Bye. Yeah.
So didn't, in the article it mentioned they keep calling him, or they used to keep calling him the next Warren Buffett. When he was kind of on top and people were believing in him. Have you heard of Warren Buffett? Do you know anything about that guy? He's American, right?
I would assume, I don't know actually, but I think he's American. But yeah, he's definitely, I don't want to call him old money because I think that means his whole family had money through the past. But what I mean by old money here is he's kind of like that traditional way of making money and building a billion-dollar empire or so. You said he was a philanthropist, which I learned right before this episode,
yes.
because you said it.
Put a lot into charity work and community projects.
And I know he's very famous for giving financial advice, and he's written a lot of books on it. That's about it.
What would Warren Buffett do?
What would Warren Buffett do? WWBD? I don't. I lost my. What would Warren Buffett? Yeah, I did it right.
WWBD.
Now,
T-shirt.
The T-shirt. It's too long. Do you think Warren Buffett would be angry or upset or maybe even happy to be compared to this Bankman-Freid? Or?
Well, I guess now, obviously, no. Yeah. He's not going to like it. Oh, you're comparing me to some criminal, some scammer? I mean, he's obviously not been a scammer, or at least he's not been exposed for being a scammer yet. Who knows?
Watch out, Buffett.
Keep it close, Buffett.
Yeah.
But maybe at the time when things were going well, he seemed like the new financial genius of our era. Maybe he was like, oh, wow, cool.
Yeah, could have been. I have this vague idea that Warren Buffett was against cryptocurrency, but that might have been a different, like, famous rich person. You know, correct me yell at your screen if I'm wrong. We can definitely hear you. But yeah. That's about, I don't know.
It's certainly true, though, that of those, sort of famous billionaires, you never hear about them losing money in crypto scams.
Yeah.
some way, somehow, they seem not to invest in the dodgy schemes.
Almost like they have sound financial advice from advisors.
It's almost like they know something more than many other ordinary people do.
And that's why if I ever won the lottery, I would hire a financial advisor. Because I'm like, I don't know how to use my money, but you might, hopefully.
As long as it's not this financial advisor.
Oh, right. Or my brother or someone who's just going to steal it from me in the end.
Oh, yeah.
Jeez.
That happens.
We've done too many of these articles. We've done too many articles, but we can never get enough vocabulary. So let's go ahead and check those out, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.
Disheveled.
Disheveled.
Exchange.
Exchange.
Siphon off.
Siphon off.
Liquidity.
Liquidity.
Disposition.
Disposition.